The off-grid dream, self-sufficiency. But is it cheaper to buy a homestead or build one? Let's find the real answer. Building seems like the ultimate freedom, but you can spend over $150,000 before you even buy lumber for the house. So buying is the better choice? Not when an existing homestead hides a crippling $1,000 per month heating bill. This is the off-grid financial trap. Huge upfront costs on one side and devastating long-term expenses on the other. In this video, we're dissecting every single cost visible and hidden to find the smartest financial route for you. Let's start with raw land. That $150,000 figure isn't an exaggeration. It's the cost of creating basic civilization. First, water. A well might be a reasonable $5,000, or it could skyrocket to over $45,000 if you're drilling through rock. Next, septic. A simple system is about $3,500. With difficult soil, an advanced system can exceed $20,000. Then access. You need a road. A basic gravel driveway runs from $10,000 to an astronomical $100,000. Add those three things up, and you see how that $50,000 to $150,000 development cost we mentioned becomes very real, very fast. And that's before permits. Navigating local bureaucracy can add another $5,000 to $30,000 in fees alone. Okay, building is a financial minefield. So buying a turnkey property is the safe bet, right? Let's check the hidden costs. That $1,000 monthly heating bill is a symptom. The monthly cost varies. However, most older homes and even modern homes are severely under-insulated. The house leaks heating and cooling into the environment, making it more costly to keep comfortable, using more energy, time, and resources to maintain. And when old systems break, a simple generator repair can become a nightmare with expensive parts and possibly remote service call fees. But insulation and repairs aren't the biggest threat. There's one hidden cost that can make your property worthless. What is it? You'll find out in a moment. But first, let's cover the universal costs. Whether you build or buy, you cannot escape these. At the heart of it all is your power system. The most common mistake is drastically underestimating your actual power usage. An undersized system doesn't just mean blackouts. It means you are constantly damaging your batteries, forcing costly replacements. Even with a perfect system, batteries are a wear item. You must budget for their replacement, a major non-negotiable expense. A good rule for any off-grid system is to budget about 1% of its total upfront cost every single year for maintenance. And finally, the remote tax. If you are rural or extremely off the beaten path, every piece of equipment, every delivery costs more to ship. This applies to everything. Remember that biggest financial risk? It's insurance. Many companies will refuse to cover off-grid homes, period. The codes were built for systems that bind you to a monthly bill. But even that is not the costliest mistake you can make. The single most expensive error happens before you even sign a contract. It's buying land without exhaustively researching county rules and zoning. Your dream property can become a worthless piece of dirt in an instant. For DIY builders, there's another cost: your own time. Building a homestead is a multi-year, full-time job with huge opportunity cost, although immensely satisfying once completed. The pitfalls seem endless. How do you find a solution? Is there a third path that avoids the worst of both worlds? There is. It's the hybrid approach. Buying an existing home with infrastructure and retrofitting it for off-grid efficiency. This strategy bypasses the massive $50,000 to $150,000 raw land development cost. And retrofitting is often 30% cheaper per square foot. By investing in efficient construction techniques and including passive strategies, a homesteader can yield an incredible 18.5% annual return on investment. This approach balances upfront costs with long-term savings, minimizing the risks of both building and buying old. Although you must still do your research and due diligence, is it cheaper to buy or build? Building has huge upfront infrastructure costs. Buying shifts that cost to long-term upgrade expenses and maintaining the costs of on-grid infrastructure. There is no single, cheaper answer. But the financially safest path is finding a property within your budget to make efficient yourself as a labor of love. The cheapest homestead is the one you have researched and planned the most. Avoiding the mistake of bad zoning will save you more than anything else. What's your most unexpected off-grid cost? Share your experience in the comments below to help others on their path. And please, subscribe.